Welcome to SunFire, the most advanced, most durable, portable multi-fuel radiant heater made in America. This video will provide a guide to the unpackaging and assembly of your SunFire SF120 in preparation for normal operation. When unpackaging the unit, some assembly is required before initial use. This process can be completed individually, but a helper may be useful for some steps. The following tools will be used in the assembly process: a 7/16 inch wrench, a 1/2 inch wrench, a mallet or hammer, and a 5/16 inch power driver. Position the packaged heater in an area with room to safely walk around and work on the heater. To protect the product and the floor during assembly, a rug, mat, or portion of the packaging should remain under the heater while working on it. Open the box and locate the product manual. Please pause this video and read the manual, including all safety guidelines, before continuing. Review the package contents and ensure that all materials are present. If you find something is missing, contact SunFire for assistance. Familiarize yourself with the parts of the heater as they will be referred to throughout this video and for future use of the product. Do not add fuel to the heater until the assembly process is completed and the unit is fully ready for normal operation. To begin assembly of the heater, have someone assist in lifting the heater assembly from the box, or carefully cut the side of the box to allow the heater to roll onto the working surface. Roll the heater sideways and invert it onto the work area, with the heater laying on its top. Do not lay the heater on its dome face at any time. Locate and remove the nuts, locking washers, and spacers from the bolts attaching the upper frame to the tank on the front of the unit. Discard the spacers and reuse the bolts, washers, locking washers, and nuts, plus 2 of the 1/4 inch 20 TPI by 1.5 inch frame mount bolts and associated washers and nuts included in the packaging to affix the axle assembly to the unit. Observe the correct arrangement of the fasteners. Ensure the fasteners are securely tightened before proceeding. After attaching the axle frame to the heater assembly, feed the raised hub of the wheels onto the axle. The flatter side of the wheels should face away from the fuel tank. Use a mallet or hammer to install the cap nuts provided in the packaging to the ends of the axle, retaining the wheels. Similarly to the axle assembly, using a 7/16 inch wrench and a 1/2 inch wrench, locate and remove the 2 nuts, locking washers, and spacers from the bolts attaching the upper frame to the tank on the rear of the unit. Discard the spacers and reuse the bolts, washers, locking washers, and nuts, plus 2 of the 1/4 inch 20 TPI by 1.5 inch frame mount bolts and associated washers and nuts included in the packaging to affix the leg assembly to the unit using the same fastener arrangement as the previous step. Ensure the fasteners are securely tightened before proceeding. Locate the 2 leveling feet included in the packaging and screw them into the threads in the ends of the foot assembly frame. Carefully, right the unit onto its lower support frame and wheels by rolling it sideways. Do not lay the heater on the dome face at any time. Check the stability of the heater as it sits on a level floor. If the heater rocks or is otherwise unstable, rotate the leveling feet to stabilize the heater. When the heater is stable, use the angled wrench included in the packaging to tighten the locking nut of the leveling feet to the foot assembly frame, securing the leveling feet adjustment. Use a 7/16 inch wrench or driver to remove the bolts at one side of the dome face, and use them to loosely attach the dome guard to the front of the unit. Repeat this process to attach the other side of the guard, then tighten the fasteners on both sides. With a 5/16 inch powered driver, use the visor screws provided to affix the dome visor to the top of the dome face. Start at one end of the visor and move along its length to shape the visor to the dome. Do not tighten the screws completely until all fasteners have been started, then go back and finish securing all screws. Do not operate the unit without the dome guard and visor in place. These are important safety components and are required. If needed or desired, assemble the optional lifting bracket and use a 7/16 inch wrench and a 1/2 inch wrench to secure it with the bolts, washers, locking washers, and nuts provided in the packaging. Congratulations! Your SunFire SF120 is now fully assembled and ready for normal operation. Refer to the product manual or go to sunfireheaters.com for more information.